Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Like I said, this year I'll be bringing you more stuff about production. Now today I've been pleased to be at Labyrinth Studios, and I would like to give you a little bit of tour and then show you some of the behind scenes of Allergic to Average podcast shoot. So I want to show you how we have been able to light, set up our cameras, and then how we have been able to shoot this podcast. So one thing about this studio is they have this amazing logo. This is a studio space where you can just come shoot your videos, music videos, commercials, but also you can record your music. And I think this logo represents that. Now, they have this amazing reception. If you get to the reception, this is where they will be able to tell you the prices of their services. Now, coming in, like you can see down here, life is full of choices. Either take off your shoes or you charge more. So at Labyrinth Studios, if you can't put off your shoes, you will be charged more. But then what is the option if you're putting off your shoes? So they have Crocs. So you leave your shoes here, just like the way you see me putting them on. Now I'm going to be taking you to the sets, and we shall be seeing some of their backgrounds and beautiful sets. So let's move to the studio. So I know you might have been to so many studios, but one thing about this studio is they have amazing backgrounds. So for you photographers out there and you'd like to do some photography work, but you don't have amazing backgrounds, you'll see they have these backgrounds here that you can be able to use in case you hire the space. Then, moving to this space, if, like I said, they have multiple backgrounds, they have this beautiful background, you can be able to use this space to shoot. This is where we shot our first episode, and then we used this space too. So, like you can see on this particular set, we had two cameras, and one was the main camera and another one is the camera that I'm using to shoot this particular video on. Then we had multiple lights for this particular set, and the reason as why we had multiple lights is because we tried so much to block all the external lights and we wanted to use the internal lights. Just come with me, come with me. Now, like I told you, this space is amazing. They have the cage where they keep their equipment. So in case you don't have equipment, you don't have cameras, you don't have lighting, they'll be able to provide you with those accessories, but you need to understand that comes with another price away from just the space. Then they have this makeup space. Like you can see, this is a beautiful space where you can be able to place your makeup artist. So your makeup artist will be able to make up your clients. Then moving on, still about this space, you'll see they have this more of, if you have commercials that you like to record, if you have like music songs you like to record, they have this amazing space, and you hear that now the sound is totally different. So this space is proofed for just audio recordings and all music. If you want to record a song, this is the space that you'll be provided with. This is an amazing innovation that I encourage you, if you're in Uganda and if you're a creative in Uganda, these are some of the spaces that you can be able to use. You don't have to collect money and start creating a studio from scratch. These are spaces that can help you to create your content, and once that money comes in, you can be able to create your own. But for a meantime, if you haven't yet created your own space, these are some of the spaces you can be using. So having showed you the space that we have shot from, I want to take you on set and be able to give you some tips on how we have been able to shoot this particular podcast, but also how we have been able to set up. Before I go any further to explain to you the backgrounds and the setup, don't forget my videos are sponsored by iVillage. iVillage Collective are the people who support this particular channel with the equipment, but also with space to shoot these particular videos. So I'm going to be linking their social media, their website below. Please give them a follow. And if you are in Uganda, don't forget to support iVillage Collective because they are doing so much amazing work, like the work you see on my channel. Having seen the space, how the space looks, I want to give you a little bit of some tips that you can be able to use to shoot your own podcast. For this particular set, we have used 2 practical lights, and the reason as why we have used 2 practical lights is because we were having a challenge of lighting the background. These are the practical lights we have used, and you can see if I decide to turn it off, you'll see that the background is a bit dark and we are getting some bit of shadows. When you turn it off, you'll see that the shadows are disappearing. For the audio, remember, I told you in one of my videos, I'll be linking it in the description below, audio is so important than image quality. You might be having an amazing image quality, but once your audio is not clear, no one is willing to watch your videos. But people are willing to watch bad videos as long as the audio is very clear. For this particular podcast, we are using the Rodecaster Pro to record our audio, and then we are using the Rode podcast mics. So the reason as why we are using these particular mics is because they will be able to give you an amazing audio. Now about our lighting, having talked about the practicals, we are using this particular light. This is one of the lights that I use in my videos. We decided to place it on this chair because I wanted it to light the background the more, to support the practicals. Then away from that light, we had these other 3 lights. Now, the reason as why I decided to raise them up with the team is because I wanted my shadows to move down so that if my subject is being filmed, we don't get those particular shadows on the background, but instead they just go down. Away from just the lighting, we decided to add some plants in the background. When you look at the rule of thirds, you have to balance your frame, and it is very important. We had a dull background, and we believe adding these specific plants on both sides will be able to add depth on our background. Having talked about the background, having talked about the lighting, and having talked about the setup, we decided to use 3 cameras. One was the Canon camera, which is a 5D Mark II, and then the main camera was the Blackmagic 6K pocket camera, and then the second camera was the Fuji TX4. Now, the reason as why we are using these particular cameras, you will see that despite of the fact they are different brands, but we shoot our image on the flat profile. Now, the reason as why we shoot flat profile is because we believe you can be able to add colors in those particular images, and you have a huge dynamic range in scenarios where your lighting needs to be corrected. The 5D Mark II camera doesn't have the flat profile, but we decided to shoot monochrome. Adding the monochrome profile will add more creative freedom for the person who will be editing these particular podcasts. Now, thank you for watching this video. I believe this video has been helpful to you. I thank the team at Allergic to Average podcast, but also I thank the owners of this particular space. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. My name is Paes Diagela. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.